Hello once again, people of Goa. Some of you will have seen my previous videos in this series, which I have now entitled Exposing Corruption in Goa. In part 6, you may recall that I named 3 corrupt judges. That video has had 17,000 views so far, so thank you to those of you who shared it. In part 7, I named 2 corrupt lawyers. In this part, I will add another corrupt judge to the list, and I will name her very shortly. But before I do that, I would like to appeal for your help. I'm not doing or saying any of this for my own benefit. I've not monetized this YouTube channel, and neither am I using it to try and launch myself into the world of international broadcasting. In fact, as I've said previously in another video, I do not like sitting in front of this camera and would much prefer doing almost anything else instead. The reason I'm speaking out in this way is because I do not like the injustice that I'm witnessing in the governance of your state. I'm doing this from the relative safety of a distant country, which should not be seen as cowardice on my part, but rather that I'm taking sensible precautions. It would certainly be dangerous for some of you there to be saying what I'm saying. So rather than being seen as interfering in something that is none of my business, I consider that what I'm doing is merely raising awareness amongst the people of Goa, so that you people may be the ones that take action to make the necessary changes. I have some very important information to share with you. For this reason, I urge every one of you to please give me your full attention and listen to what I have to say. I'll be appealing for more direct help from you a little later in the video, but I also kindly request you to please share this video widely throughout Goa so that everyone there becomes aware of these problems. Regarding this latest addition to the Corruption Hall of Fame, here she is, Judge Arti Kumari N. Naik. I have extensive evidence available to prove that this lady is corrupt, and I will be happy to share it with anyone who is genuinely interested in understanding how your system is really working, including competent and reliable members of Goa's press, if I can find any. However, in this particular video, I would like to concentrate on a couple of specific details as an example to illustrate my point. Viewers of my previous videos will have realized that much of my information revolves around the activities of a prolific fraudster and con artist named Aju Sindali, who has been fleecing the innocent people of Goa for more than a decade and is still doing so with the help of the corrupt police, politicians and judges such as Arti Kumari Naik and the 3 others that I've named previously. I should also make it very clear that Aju Sindali has not cheated any money whatsoever from me, and that neither have I ever been involved with any of his business activities, as has been alleged by 1 or 2 idiots out there. But amongst his victims, Sindali has cheated some of my friends. This is how I'm able to understand the truth of these matters. So I'm fighting for justice for those people as well as the rest of the people of Goa. Please do not underestimate the importance of the role played by Aju Sindali in all of this. He is a major figure in the criminal underworld there. It is that criminal underworld which is directly financing your corrupt legal and political systems. It needs to be made perfectly clear to all residents of Goa that virtually everyone involved in the establishments is being almost entirely financed directly from the proceeds of crime. That money is paid as direct bribes to police, politicians and judges by bastards like Aju Sindali, who know full well that they are operating within a system which allows it all to happen. Back to Judge Artikumari Naik. Here is what happened recently. On Tuesday, January 12th, a judge in a court in Faridabad, Haryana, finally woke up to Aju Sindali's antics. Details of Sindali's fake court excuses were recognised by the judge and entered onto the court records, resulting in the judge issuing an arrest warrant for Sindali, which still stands and has not yet been served. Aju Sindali is once again a wanted man, as he has been several times in the past. The very same day of that Faridabad judgment, I addressed an email to all the judges in Goa, plus about 200 high-ranking government officials and others. My email clearly explained what had happened in the Faridabad court, that Sindali was now a wanted man, and that the judges should be on their guard against Sindali's delay and evasion tactics of using fake excuses to get out of attending his court hearings. The very next day, Wednesday, January 13th, Sindali was due to attend a court in Panjim for a case to be heard by Judge Artikumari Naik. As expected, Sindali did not attend, but instead sent his lawyer with the fake excuse that he was attending another case in Vizag. We know with 100% certainty that this was indeed another fake excuse, because although Sindali is certainly involved in cases in Vizag, records from the courts there show that none of those cases were being heard on that particular day. But this stupid, useless, corrupt Goan judge, Artikumari Naik, failed to validate the excuse given by Sindali's lawyer. She never even questioned it or asked for proof, but she accepted the lawyer's statement at face value. This is despite the fact that she had been warned in my email of the previous day to be particularly alert regarding Sindali's undocumented and fake excuses. Incidentally, Sindali had previously used the excuse in Faridabad that he could not travel due to him suffering from COVID or because of COVID travel restrictions. So how come he was suddenly capable of travelling to Vizag and was permitted to do so, despite him not being able to travel to Faridabad for similar reasons? Anyway, the court records clearly show that Sindali was not in court in Vizag, which means those same court records prove that Sindali has also committed the crime of perjury, and so has his lawyer. Furthermore, on the very next day, Thursday, January 14th, Sindali was due to appear once again in front of Judge Artikumari Naik in yet another different case. But this time I'd already obtained Judge Naik's mobile phone number and sent her a WhatsApp message telling her that I expected her to do her job and issue a non-bailable warrant, or NBW, or arrest warrant, if Sindali failed to turn up, as we fully expected. So what do you think happened next? Not only did Sindali not turn up, but neither did this stupid, useless, corrupt Goan judge. Court records show that instead she was attending a departmental training program. How bloody convenient. And I've been made aware that this is not the first time such tactics have been used by this particular judge, when cases are not going smoothly for the criminals who are paying her salary. I hope that everybody watching this video agrees that such a situation in the courts is totally unacceptable. Judge Artikumari Naik's track record of non-attendance should be investigated and made public, and you will see exactly what I'm referring to. People of Goa, you need to understand that none of you are ever going to get proper justice if the judges are involved with the criminals in this way and can simply decide to fail to turn up for work whenever it suits them and suits the criminals that they are protecting. So what happens next? I will tell you. On Wednesday, January 27th, Aju Sindali is due to attend 2 criminal cases on the same day, both filed in the state of Goa and both due to be heard by Judge Artikumari Naik. On that day, Sinderli has to be present in court. No excuses will be valid, and if Sinderli fails to show up as required by the law of India, the judge will be compelled to issue a non-bailable warrant for his arrest. So, will Judge Naik turn up on that day to properly carry out her duty in these very important cases? Don't hold your breath. I can sense another training program coming on at short notice, so let's all see what happens on the 27th. But if you're watching this video, Judge Naik, you should be aware that so are the people of Goa. Those people will certainly now be watching your next move. For that reason, I highly recommend that you now perform your professional duties correctly, to the best of your ability. Otherwise, you may end up looking like a bigger fool than you do already. Remember, you are being watched. Finally, people of Goa, I said a little earlier that I needed further help, and the reason is this. I reckon I have enough information available to take down the government of Goa, which I've always said has been one of my aims. For this to happen, I need to get some massive press attention by somebody who knows what they are doing. The press in Goa are a total waste of space. They barely understand anything they are told, nor take the correct course of action when they do. For this reason, I would like someone to get me the mobile phone number for the journalist Faye D'Souza. So if anyone has a number or knows someone who can get it, then please kindly forward it to me by email. I have details about a rape case where that victim is also facing massive injustice at the hands of this same corrupt legal system and these same corrupt judges. What is happening in the state of Goa is totally disgraceful. The whole shambolic and corrupt legal and political systems there need to be properly exposed and then totally closed down. Please help me to help you to try and do that. Thank you.